Hello everyone, my name is Krisha Moeller, aka The Fluffy Shrimp, and I am streaming this video from the NAEA, or the National Art Education Association's Spark Convention 2014 at the beautiful San Diego Convention Center, where we have just released the beta version of the Free Artist Network for the first time. If you are seeing this video, then I'd like to first start off by thanking you for visiting freeartists.net. Many of you who are new here are probably wondering more about what FAN is, what it does, how the services can be useful to you, and how you can get started in using the platform. So let's get started. The first thing new users are probably interested in learning about is the purpose of the Free Artist Network, or FAN. What is this website about and what do we do? FreeArtist.net is a social e-learning community that focuses exclusively on arts-based education, including fine art, design, film, music, literature, animation, and games. So what services does the Free Artist Network offer? FreeArtist.net offers services exclusively for teachers of the arts. Teachers can use FAN to create customized web pages for their existing classes, which also come with web portfolios for each and all of their students. Teachers can create and sell access to their arts-based courses on FAN for extra income. They can take private classes to increase their work-related skills. They will have access to a lesson plan and tutorial archive to help with their work. They will be part of a supportive community of other arts-based teachers, and they can use the FAN platform to promote and organize their creative projects. We also offer services for creative students. On freeartist.net, students can take private arts-based courses. They can create custom portfolio websites to showcase their work. They can share and use free tutorials. Students will be able to participate in Ask the Artist, which gives them access to live streaming lessons and interviews with viral artists. They will be part of a supportive community of artistic students, and they can submit, promote, organize, and collaborate with other students on their projects for their creative courses. We also offer similar services for professional artists. Professional artists can create and sell arts-based courses to make extra income. They can take private arts-based courses to increase their skills. They can create custom portfolio websites to showcase their work. They will have access to share and use free tutorials. They can also engage in Ask the Artist. They will be supported by a community of other artists, and they can use FAN as a platform to pitch and collaborate on creative projects with other artists. Lastly, we offer services for arts-based schools, departments, and businesses. Representatives can create promotional school or business pages. They can use the FAN platform to recruit or hire students. They can connect their art teachers, artists, and students with one another and with a larger worldwide community of creative individuals. They can set up MOOCs, which are free promotional courses or training programs. Reps can also use FAN to promote events or special projects that relate to their school or business. Here's an overview of our services to help you get started. Let's start with navigating the home page. So the first thing most users will want to know is how to navigate the home page of the Free Artist Network. To do that, when you first log in, you're likely going to see your Updates portal, which is located up here. Under the Updates tab, if you click on that, you'll see previews of all the updates from artists that you're following, and you can click on the bottom, View All Updates, to see the back end. This is what you'll see when you first log in. It includes announcements in black from FAN staff, recent updates from all the artists that you're following, media updates, which include artwork, videos, music, and so forth, from the artists that you're following, and requests for access to certain groups or courses that you're involved in. On the home page of the website, you're going to notice 6 categories at the very top, which are represented by these little characters right here. Now you're probably wondering what these category menus do when you click on them. So I'm going to show you that right now. If you scroll down here, you'll see 3 categories on the home page, which include works, tutorials, and courses. Now every one of these is outlined with a different color. The top, we see a work outlined in red, a tutorial outlined in red, a course outlined in red, and below that we see a work outlined in yellow, tutorial outlined in yellow, and so forth and so forth. So what happens is if I go up to this category menu, all these items are sticky, meaning if I click on it, for example, I click on design, you'll notice that the category menu just sticks down. So if I move away from it without clicking, it kind of sticks like this. When I scroll down now, you'll notice that now I only see items that are from the design category. The advantage of having these items from the design category only visible is that while this menu is sticking down, I can click on any other segment of the fan website, like artists, or works, or tutorials, or groups, or events, and so forth, and it'll only show me items that are from the design category. That way, for example, if I'm a musician, I probably don't want to see items from the literature category or the film category. I only want to see items from music. So if I had the music category stuck down, I can freely browse all parts of the fan website while I'm just under that category. And to release the sticky menu, all you have to do is click on the sticky menu a second time. So I'm clicking on design again, and that will release the sticky menu, and so now I can see all items from all categories once again. And that's the basis of how to use the front page of the Free Artist Network. Portfolio pages. To gain access to your portfolio page, all you need to do is click on the My Profile link, which is at the top here, which appears to you once you're logged into the Free Artist Network. That will take you to your portfolio page, which looks something like this. Now, if you want to become a premium member, which is optional, you can click on Upgrade to Premium, which is located right here, or you can even send a premium membership to one of your friends. What this does is it removes the fan branding for users or visitors to your profile. The fan branding we mean is the fan logo and the fan menu bar and so forth, which is located up here. So that way when other users visit your site and they're not logged into fan, they will only see this portion of the website. They won't see any of the fan branding anywhere. And also it removes ads from your portfolio page, but it is optional. To customize your fan portfolio page, all you have to do is look at these links at the right-hand side. Edit profile style allows you to find different kinds of themes that you can use. So for example, I can browse through these themes and I can install them by clicking on Use Theme, or I can preview an example of themes before I install them by clicking on Preview, and I can download a package which will include things like image files or Photoshop files if I want to customize any particular parts of my theme, like the banner or the cover image, which is located right here. I can edit the other parts of my theme by clicking on the links in the left-hand corner right up here, which include the background color, the menu bar, the tab bar, the text on the portfolio page, and so forth and so forth. And I click on cover image to upload a new cover image, which is this image right up here. And that's how you would customize your website. You can click on Save when you're done, and then Close to close out. Now you can also change the order of the tabs on your front page of your portfolio website, which is located right up here. So for example, as a teacher, I have my courses on my front page, but I can change that by clicking on Change Orders. And when I click on Change Orders, that will pop up this, which will allow me to drag and drop the order of different items. And then I click Save Changes, and that will show me the different order. So what that means is if I'm an artist, I probably want my artwork on the front page, so the first tab. If I am a writer, then I might want my literature to be on the front page or the first tab. If I'm a filmmaker, I might want films to be on the front tab, so it's the first thing people see, and so forth and so forth. I can also upload works, courses, lesson plans, tutorials to my portfolio from this section by clicking on these links. So to click on Add Works, that will let me add a work of media. There are 4 different types of media I can upload: artwork, which is images; literature, which are blog posts, videos, and music. And then I can select a category for that. So for example, I can upload a work of literature or writing to the music category if I wanted to write a bit about film or music, excuse me. I can do that from here and upload it. I can also tag things or mark them as being tutorials, so I can upload a written or a video tutorial from this section. If I'm a art teacher student, I can upload lesson plans, or from art teacher I can share lesson plans, and then I can also create courses from this section on my portfolio page. And that is a summary of how to use portfolio pages. Course and lesson pages. Now, courses that are for sale can be found by clicking on the Courses tab right up here, and this is the Courses portal. This is reserved for courses that users might want to buy. So in this case, let's say I have a course for sale up here. This is how the course page will appear. Now, the sample media page is like the front page or the promotional page for any given course. So in this case, this is where most course creators will want to upload information about their course, samples from their course, which can include video clips or text-based clips or images. And they can also showcase samples of work that their students in the past have done, all just to promote the course and give you more information about it. Other info about the course is located up here. You can also message the instructor from this section. Now, the first thing you're probably going to wonder is, how do I actually access the lessons from a course? Well, and that depends. If the course is for sale, which is a private course or a for-profit course, then you have to access the lessons by first actually purchasing the course. So what you would normally see here is a button that asks you to purchase the course to enroll in the course. Once you're enrolled in the course and have bought the learning module, you'll then be able to see a lessons tab, which will be located right up here. So if I click on lessons, now that I'm enrolled and logged in, I can actually see a bunch of different lessons right here. There's also a discussion portal and various other portals as well that you can use. Now, if I am creating a course web page as a teacher for classes that I'm already teaching, like at a high school or a college, then what you want to create is a hidden course, which you can mark when you first create the course. And a hidden course is a nonprofit course, which is hidden, meaning it won't be located in search results, but it will be located from your portfolio page as an instructor. So your students can go to your portfolio page and access your courses from the home page, as I showed in the previous example, and then they can actually find your courses there and then gain access to your course pages just like this. So here are various lessons that students can access. I can click on one of them and I'll show you how a lessons page looks, just something like this. So for a lessons page, I can upload a video. I recommend, if you're trying to sell a course, that you upload the video directly to the server. If you are just using this course for your existing classes, then you can go ahead and import them from YouTube or Vimeo, doesn't really matter. And then below that I can add text, pictures, other different items in the description. I can also upload materials. So for example, if I have handouts or PDFs that I want my students to gain access to, or Photoshop files or GarageBand files or iMovie files, whatever, what have you, I can upload that here. And then my students can also post questions in the discussion forum down here. They can also upload supplementary videos like extra credit tutorials or images that relate to the lesson. All of that is located on the right-hand side, which can be found here. So here's where you can add videos, add images, add materials, edit the lesson, and then you can also add projects or test questions. Project pages look almost identical to lesson pages like this, but they are for teaching your students how to go through a project. Or for the directions for a project and samples for a project. And then tests are fully multiple choice, and they can be taken and created in this section as well. And that concludes an overview of how to utilize FAN courses. Tutorials and lesson plans. Next, I'm going to show both students and teachers how to access tutorials and how to access lesson plans. Tutorials are located in the top bar of the Free Artist Network website under tutorials. And there's going to be two different types of tutorials that you can access. One is going to be written tutorials if you prefer that, and the other would be video-based tutorials. Here's an example of a written tutorial, which, as you can see, looks like a blog post. And what I can do here is I can actually add text and images, which looks just like this. So this is an example of a Photoshop tutorial. A video tutorial will look something like this, and will be just a simple video which you can rate that walks you through the steps of any particular thing. In this case, it's how to use iMovie or create a title card in iMovie. And I can also see samples from the same member who's uploaded this tutorial from here. And then lesson plans is something that students probably won't be interested in, but teachers will. That is located under the lesson plans tab, the top bar on the Free Artist Network's website as well. And that looks something like this. There's many different types of lessons plans you can search for and create. And the lessons plan portal is based on a wiki system. So what that means is, for example, if I click on this one lesson plan, for instance, As you can see here, this lesson plan gives me the option to add to it. So what that means is when you create a lesson plan, other art teachers can add to your lesson plan or edit things that may have worked for them. Sort of like a recipe, other users can indicate how the recipe worked for them and make any recommendations that they want to. If you don't want other art teachers to edit your lesson plan or add to it, then you can actually restrict them from doing that quite easily by clicking on the restrict button. But other than that, it's a pretty simple system. You can, similar to a blog post, also add text, images, you can even embed video. At the bottom of the lesson plan, you can even include materials under attached files. So anything relevant to the lesson plan can be located here. And if you want to do an entire unit of lesson plans, you can actually add something called a child page. And a child page would just be like a second lesson that relates to this one. So this could be lesson 1, and then a child page could link you to lesson 2 in this unit, and so forth and so forth. As you can see, you can also print out lesson plans by clicking on the download as PDF or print to save it and use it. And you can also favorite or follow lesson plan. Click up here, I can follow lesson plan, which means that anytime a lesson plan is edited or added to by another instructor, I will be notified of that. Or I can just favorite the lesson plan, which just will allow me to view lesson plans that I've saved, sort of like storing lesson plans that I want to maybe go back and use later. And I can even add my own lesson plan right here. And that concludes how to find and utilize tutorials and lesson plans. Groups and projects. The Group section can be found by clicking on the Groups link at the top bar on the Free Artists Network website. There are 4 different types of groups. You can see them by clicking on the Type field, which is located in the search bar on the page. The default group type is typically reserved for special interest groups, like individuals who, for example, might be interested in the horror genre of film, or individuals who might be interested in the anime genre of animation, and so forth. The other 3 categories are school, company, and project. Now, school groups are reserved for schools or departments that focus in the arts that would like to create pages for their school or department where all the teachers can collect their teacher portfolios, their course websites, the student portfolios related to that school or department, and so forth and so forth. And it's the same with companies. Any company that wants to create a company page to recruit members or to promote their projects can do that here. And then lastly, we have projects. Now this is the one that most art students and art teachers will be using. Project groups allow students to submit their projects, to organize their projects, and to collaborate on projects with other team members, or they can allow teachers to pitch or promote their projects to the community, and to also collaborate on cross-curricular or cross-subject projects. To see a sample of a group page, you can visit the Fan Welcome Wagon group, which looks like this. Now, group pages, again, can be used for companies, schools, or projects, as well as special interest groups, and they all have members, which can be located here. Now, as I stated before, if this is going to be for a company or for a school, they can actually showcase samples of MOOCs, which would be free promotional courses or training courses for their company employees if it's a company, or to entice students if it's a school. And those can be connected up here. Any teacher that joins the school page or connects their portfolio to the school page can be located here. So you can have a whole list of just the teachers that are connected to that school to access their portfolios. And then samples of their courses or course web pages can be located here. Then anytime a student uploads a work of art, if they're connected to the school, they can showcase their artwork, a sample of their artwork on the school portfolio. So the school can showcase samples of their students' works. The school can create events, there can be discussions formulated around this, and they can also upload tutorials or, for promotional reasons, blogs, and then, of course, updates. So again, this is also useful for projects. So if I was a teacher, I could connect the courses that relate to this project. So if I'm working with maybe a music teacher and a film teacher, I can do a cross-curricular project and we can showcase all the courses involved here or just mine. I can showcase tutorials that relate to the project for students to work on, and then I can showcase examples of the final project here as well for other members of the community to take a look at. Now, anytime a student uploads a work of art, a video, or a work of literature or whatnot, as long as they're a member of the project group, which they can join, they can then automatically submit their project directly to their instructor by adding it to this group. And that's how the groups and project systems works. Events, forums, and polls. Next up, I'm going to very briefly discuss forums, events, and polls. Forums, events, and polls can be located right next to each other in the top menu of the Free Artist Network. Here we have events, forums, and polls. This is a sample of the community forums, which is where users can communicate with, socialize with, and get support from other community members. And the communities are broken down by type, so there are communities for artists and students, and there are communities for arts-based teachers. And you can find teachers and artists and students based on the particular background that you work with, which can include filmmaking, design and crafting, literature and journalism, animation, comics and games, and so forth and so forth. Now, if you're looking for technical support, this is not where you would find that. Technical support or trying to contact fan staff must be done via the feedback form, which is this little orange tab on the left-hand side. And click on that, and this is what the feedback form looks like. Now, if you're trying to get support for a technical issue or some other issue, I highly suggest that you set the feedback visibility to private in most cases. That private means that only fan staff can view it. However, if you're okay with other members seeing your post, perhaps you feel that other fan members might be able to answer it for you quicker, you're more than welcome to post your feedback publicly as well. Now, events and polls I won't cover in great detail. Events and polls work similar to how events and polls work on most sites like Facebook, or for example. Events, you can create new events, upload cover photos to events, invite people to events, and then you can also upload media to a particular event like videos or pictures and so forth. So if you're hosting a live lesson, for example, through Ustream or a live stream or Google Hangouts or a Skype or whatever, what have you, you can go ahead and create an event for that. If you're a company and you're trying to promote an event like a gallery show, for example, you can post those here as well. And then for polls, polls are pretty simple to use as well. Polls just allow users to vote on specific issues, and those are useful for teachers and students as well for various projects. And in short, that covers forums, events, and polls. Ask the Artist. Now, a lot of you have been hearing the word Ask the Artist being thrown around, and you're probably wondering what that is. So to find the Ask the Artist portal, first of all, you can locate that by clicking on the top right corner of the Free Artist Network website right here. And this will take you to this page. Now, what Ask the Artist is it's a nonprofit project that is currently being hosted by the Free Artist Network, and it's an education-based project where we host live streaming interviews or live streaming lessons with viral artists, meaning famous artists from the internet. So the way that this works is you can find upcoming interviews or upcoming lessons with viral artists by looking at these different categories here. We have a design channel, a film channel, a music channel, and so forth. So we interview, for example, musicians here, we interview filmmakers here, we might interview comic artists or animators here, and so forth and so forth. Now, if you want to see upcoming interviews or upcoming live lessons, you can scroll to the very bottom and you'll see a Google Calendar there. We try to update all the upcoming interviews on the Google Calendar, so that way you can easily click to add it to your own calendar by clicking on the plus sign at the bottom right corner to notify you or remind you of any upcoming Ask the Artist interviews. You can also see an archive of the older interviews we've performed. We used to host them via chat rooms like on DeviantArt or on Facebook, so some of them are going to be text-based here, but we've currently jumped to using video-based interviews or audio-based interviews. Currently we're using Ustream, but they will all be live streaming interviews. You can see the user page of who is being interviewed next. And you can also click on a where section, which will show you the page that the interview will take place on, so you can come and watch during that time. Note the time the interviews will take place, and please try to check the time zones when you arrive. Now, the way that the Ask the Artist interviews work, they are not directed by fan staff or an interviewer. They're actually directed by the viewers, which is quite a nice feature. So what that means is the students who are watching or the artists who are watching can actually ask the questions to the artist in live time by posting it on the page where the interview is taking place. And the artist will answer those questions the best that they can in live time. So it's a very interactive form of interview for viewers and for students. We also record the interviews so that art teachers can use them in their classroom or can direct their students to particular interview times if they want the students to participate. And that, in short, is what Ask the Artist is. If you'd like to follow the Ask the Artist group, we do have a Facebook account and a DeviantArt account, among others. And we also are always looking for volunteers, which you can volunteer or donate to us right here. And lastly, you can also follow one of the Ask the Artist groups, which are located here. So for example, we have an Ask the Artist design group, which I just clicked on, which looks like this. And this one, we're always updating the events from here as well. So you'll see certain events coming from different artists. There will be an archive of interviews with just designers that will be located here, so that you don't have to sort through all the musicians and so forth if you just want to look for design and vice versa. And all of that will be located here, as well as our archive of links to the different groups, social network groups for the Ask the Artist project. And in short, that is what the Ask the Artist project is. And lastly, sponsors. So the very last item that I'm going to cover in this overview is the sponsors section, which is located in the menu bar at the top of the Free Artists Network website. I'm only going to cover this briefly, but in short, if you'd like to advertise in the Free Artists Network website, we're always looking for sponsors. You can advertise an external website, or you can advertise internal content, like for example, you want to promote one of your courses to get a large number of sales if it's a for-sale course, or if you want to promote your portfolio page or your group project or what have you. You can also do that here as well. Simply by clicking on Create an Ad. And if you need to contact the Free Artist Network staff at any time, you can do that at reports@freeartist.net if you need to contact us if you run into any trouble with the ad board. But it is located up here, and you'll see these ads at various parts of the Free Artist Network website. We'd like to ask you to support our sponsors since they help support us. And in short, that is what the sponsors section is. If you still have more questions about how to use FAN following this demonstration, I'd like to present the following options. If you want to learn more about how to use the FAN website, or just want to test out how our course works, I highly recommend that all new users take the introductory FAN Welcome Wagon course. If you are a professional artist or art student who has never taught an arts-based course before, FAN offers free courses and resources to help you get started. And lastly, if you are an art teacher or an artist who has taught art classes before, but you have never taught an online or digital lesson in the past, FAN also offers free courses and resources on this subject to help you along the way. You can also receive additional help and support from FAN staff and other FAN members. If you have any technical difficulties with the site, which can include registering or logging in, you can leave a message for FAN staff using our feedback form, which can be found by clicking on the little orange tab on the far left side of the FAN website. If you need advice with planning or building your first arts-based course or your first online course, you can receive support from other arts-based teachers in the FAN Community Forum, which can be found by clicking on the Forum tab at the top of the website. Please remember that FAN is still in its beta stage, which means we are still a new website. As a result, we are always happy to accept any bug reports or recommendations from FAN members. The Fan Beta blog is used by fan staff to regularly update the fan community on any and all bugs or technical troubles that have been found on the website and are in the stages of being resolved. If you find what you think might be a bug, or if you receive an error message while using the fan website, you can report these to fan staff either by using the feedback form or by contacting us at the email listed below. Our developers will do their best to resolve any bugs found on the site as quickly and efficiently as possible. Lastly, all fan users are always more than welcome to contact fan staff directly for personal assistance at reports@freeartist.net. We do our best to reply to all messages and reports as soon as possible. Now that you've completed the full run-through of the fan website and our services, all that's left is learning how to sign up. To become a member of the Free Artist Network, simply locate the blue Register Now button, which is located at the top of the website next to the Sign In button. Once you click on Register Now, you'll be taken to the Create Account page, where you'll first start off by entering in your email address. You'll then create a password. The password has to be at least 6 characters in length. Re-enter it. And then you're going to choose a profile address. Now the profile address is actually going to be your username, and it will also be the actual address that you will use to visit your website or your portfolio page. So for example, as you can see in the text below, it'll say freeartist.net/your name or your username. This is the username you'll go by on the rest of the site. You can select a time zone, a country, a state or province, a language, and you can add more than one language. And then you're going to type in the human verification form. You're going to type in the text on the left side and the right side, both together. And if you can't see the text, you can go ahead and refresh it here. You will have to agree to the terms of service before you continue. Once you've continued, you'll be taken to the profile information section. You must enter your birth date. And a category. You can choose up to 3 categories for your portfolio page. So for example, if I was a filmmaker, but I specialize in writing scripts, I could put my portfolio under both film, and I could also put my portfolio under literature if I wanted to. So I could do portfolio and literature and a subcategory for each section. I can enter a website if I wanted to, my network accounts like Twitter, Facebook, Skype, or AIM, and a little bit of information about me. Next, you will add a profile photo by clicking on Choose File. This is the thumbnail or icon that will represent you on the website. There we go. And you can edit your thumbnail here below if you wanted to. Afterwards, you can save your photo. And if you don't want to upload an image right now, you can skip this section. Now you're going to pick your subscription plan. You can pick the basic plan, which is free, or you can sign up for a premium membership. And again, the premium membership includes additional customization options, no advertisement or fan branding on your portfolio page if you want to use it as a professional portfolio page. And if you are an educator, you can also sell your courses and pay less of a commission fee to fan. So if you're a regular member and you sell a course, fan will take 20% of the total sale price of the course, and if you're a premium member, then fan will only take 5% if a course sells. Fan does not charge any fees to users or any monthly fees. The membership or the pre-membership is completely optional, and the only time we ever charge anything is, again, in the event a course sells. There will be a 20% fee or 5% if you're a premium member. Once you select the type of membership that you want, just click Continue. You can invite friends by entering in email addresses followed by commas for each individual you want to join to add to the Free Artist Network. Now, once you're done, you're going to receive an email with a verification code or a verification link for you to click on to activate your account. We have these settings set up so that your email should arrive in your inbox. If for any reason it doesn't, you may want to check your spam folder just to make sure that it didn't go there. But you should get that email with a confirmation link. Simply click on that link to confirm your account, and then once you've done that, you can go ahead and visit visit the Free Artist Network, and you can log in, and that's all you have to do. Just enter in your email address and your password, click sign in here, and then you're good to go. And that's how you sign up for the Free Artist Network. That concludes the setup video for the Free Artist Network. I hope this brief introduction was useful to you. Now, if you have any further questions, or if you would like one-on-one personal assistance with getting set up on the website, which can include creating your account, setting up your course web pages or your online lessons, or getting your portfolio or your students' portfolio set up and customized, please don't hesitate to reach out to me at any time at the email address listed below. I'm always here to offer support to new members or to take your suggestions on how to improve the platform if you have any to offer. Thank you so much again for visiting freeartist.net, and I hope you enjoy using the website.